Hi everyone, we have Dr. Cinthia Anthony with us. This time in her first attempt, she has scored a 192, and that's really a great score in first attempt. So Dr. Cinthia Anthony, many congratulations to you and your family.
Thank you.
So many people are there who would like to know about Dr. Cinthia Anthony. So we can start with the basic introduction of yours.
Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Anthony 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗃. I'm from International School of Medicine, Kyrgyzstan. I graduated in June 2022. I'm from Hyderabad. I scored 192 in my first attempt.
Okay, that's nice. So good. Okay, fine. See, since you have scored in the first attempt, okay, 192. So when actually you started preparing?
So I was seriously started preparing from my final year, 5th year, when ARISE faculty used to come to our institute and teach us. I completed 10 subjects through the faculty only who used to come and teach us there, which helped me a lot after coming to India and when I joined ARISE. It was more like a revision rather than to learning newly the topics. It made me a lot more easier to learn the other subjects which I didn't complete it there, and more focus on revising rather than to keep starting again the whole subject.
Okay, that's very nice. So actually the sooner the better, right?
Yeah.
So this is what we would like to emphasize every time, that all these students who are preparing for exam, like even if you are in 4th year, 5th year, I would suggest you that you should start preparing as soon as possible if you can start. So that will be better for you, right? Okay, fine. So when did you come in contact with the ARISE actually?
When our university provided the classes for us through ARISE, I took seriously the subjects and the importance of this exam.
Okay, that's great. Okay, see, so this time so many of your batchmates were studying with you.
Yes.
Okay, and some of them they could not make it this time, right? They could not pass this time. And some of your juniors, obviously you would have seen there. I would like to know the mistakes, what students do actually.
Mostly I have seen my friends and also my juniors, they are more into collecting materials rather than to revising it or doing MCQs. They are more no, this is not enough, this is not enough, I have to gather information. They are more listening classes rather than to practicing that and implement that in doing MCQs. The more you do the MCQs, the more you will realize that whatever you have studied has some value to that, and you are understanding that instead of collecting and wasting time on that. Because you have very limited time for this exam preparation, and if you just collect it and not revise it or do MCQs, it will be a very big mistake for you all.
And a similar kind of mistake you also...
I did. But the thing is, I realized it sooner.
Nice. So basically, how much you are going to learn, revise at the same time, right? And one more mistake, what they do, they keep on shifting to one platform to another, right?
Stick to one source, whatever source it is, because there are many platforms which is available to you all. So stick to only one source and only one material, and use that material. If you are studying from the other faculty also, make sure that you just add points rather than to make another notes and wasting time on just writing the notes.
In total, how many subjects you finished at your college with Indian faculties?
With ARISE faculty only, I finished, because 10 subjects were completed there. So I finished up to 7 to 8. I was good in that. Not better, but I was good. And that helped me when I came back to India. So I will suggest also complete as many subjects as possible before you all come to India. And when I joined, so it was useful for me, instead of wasting more time in that subject, I will go to the subjects which I was weaker in. So
actually, see here, when you get back to India after graduation, you will be having only 5 months or 4 months in hand, right? At that time, suppose if you are thinking that you will finish all the 19 subjects with 4 times revision in 5 months, this will be very difficult for you, right? So finish as many subjects as you can at your university itself. After that, when you come back here, you will be having enough time for the good revision, right? And yes, most important thing, see here, actually in this young phase and especially during exam preparation, everyone will be having a kind of, emotional trauma. So did you had?
I had a lot.
A lot. How did you handle it?
I used to start crying if I get less in my GTs or in my subject wise. I used to cry for few minutes or maybe few hours, then I'll start revising it instead of wasting time and like being depressed on that. I will just keep revising again what I have done mistakes. I used to see the what questions I have done, which topics I was weaker in. Instead of feeling bad, I was more into like revising it what I have done mistakes. And there were many times I felt like I couldn't do this, maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I should do more and more. So like, and also you have to surround people around you who will motivate you. So this is not a competitive exam, so you have to motivate yourself and also the people around you.
Yeah, actually this is an important thing that when you are start preparing here, because so many times you will be having emotional ups and downs. At that time you should stay with the right people at the right time, right? And I would say friends are the best therapy this time, right?
Friends are the main thing for me. They'll keep motivating you so that you do better instead of like discouraging or making fun of you. They will encourage you. So always stay around people who will motivate you rather than who discourage or make fun of you.
How did you divide your time in your university, and how did you divide your time when you got back here?
Like when I was in my university, we had classes in the afternoons. So during the daytime, we used to go to our university classes. Then afternoon or evening, we will be having a faculty used to come to arise and teach us. So time was not sufficient, but I made sure that at least for 1 hour I revise it, because if I keep listening to classes and not revise it, it's of no use. Because when you listen it, you will think that you understand everything. Make sure that you complete each day, each topic, whatever the sir taught you, and make sure that you do this particular topics MCQs.
Actually, this is the best thing. Whatever a teacher is going to teach you today, on the same day you finish the revision. Otherwise, like suppose if you are thinking that after a few days I can revise it, you will not be having enough time, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. And after that, how did you divide your time when you get back here?
Yeah, institute was my home only. I used to like come at 7 o'clock, only to sleep. I'll go to my room. Other than that, everything was here. I used to take my short naps here only. I used to eat here only. I used to study here only. So it was basically my home.
So overall, in one day, you must be spending 15 hours at Arise?
Yeah.
Easily?
15. More than 15 also.
More than 15. That's great. That's a kind of inspiration for everyone. Yes. So now you tell me, see, you finished all 19 subjects or you left some subjects?
No, I didn't leave any subjects. I've completed each and every subject. Maybe in some subject I was good, maybe I was weaker, but I did complete every subject because I didn't want to leave any subject for choice. Okay, fine, Cholo, that's also good. Like overall, like at least for one time you have to complete all the 19 subjects, but at least you have to be very, very much good in 14 to 15 subjects, right? 14 to 15 subjects.
Okay.
You should have known everything.
So overall, this exam is all about so learning at institute, understanding the concept, but most important, you have to keep everything in your memory, right?
Yeah.
See, this time, like most of the students said, ki, sir, paper was very easy. Paper 1 was very easy, but paper 2 was very difficult. What was there?
For me, paper 1 was moderate, paper 2 was easier.
Acha, for you? Acha.
Because whenever I used to do my GTs, my paper 2 I used to score more than my first. Because the more the lengthier the question, the more clues we have to solve that questions. But this time the questions was not lengthier, so maybe for that the paper I felt like little easy to moderate. But it was more basics, so it was doable paper.
Achha, for you it was moderate, but most of the students said,
yeah,
okay, paper 2, sir, we did not understand what exactly they asked. I felt that in paper 2 they might have asked more of the clinical based questions, right?
Because it was more like a one-liners, this instrument or this method. It was like that, not even the lengthier questions, like 1 or 2 lines, that's it.
How was your life there at your college?
It was really good for me. I used to like study for my university exams, and as well as that I used to also enjoy, so that I won't miss out my college days after coming back to India. So better you just also enjoy and also study. Don't shift to only one thing, because don't be too studious also. It's not good. Balance each and everything on time.
So balancing life is important,
yes,
right? Okay, one more important point. Chalo, take your university life was very good. Bishkek life was very good. How was your interaction with the faculties at Arise?
They were like very friendly. I want to thank first 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏𝗃 sir, because he was the first to teach us there. It was the first subject for us. Like when I started, I was like no idea about the whole subject. Maybe I had some idea because I studied for my university exams. I was not good in that subject, when he taught us, more than the subject, I was very inspired the way he used to interact with the students, full of energy, was more like a batchmate rather than a faculty.
Yes.
And your way of teaching psychiatry was more like a stories. I still remember the story rather than the subject. And even if when there is a question about that, I just think about the story, what sir have told and what the person was having the symptoms.
Yeah, okay, that's great.
And each and every faculty have their own way of teaching and explaining or making us understand more easily. Like they have a own way of explaining us. For example, Priyansh Jain sir was very good in like his teaching way, even the syndromes how we got. So each and every faculty was really good in the way they used to teach us.
Okay, Panchalo, last question I would like to ask you here. What is the most important message which you would like to convey to your juniors for their future, for their upcoming exam?
Like, don't waste your time. Better you study like at least like 7 to 10 subjects in your universities, and after coming here, this is the time where you will use and utilize those information. Whatever you studied till now, it doesn't matter, but the 4 or 6 months before the exam is really important. So use it in the revising, motivating your friends around you. Keep yourself motivated. Don't feel demotivated all the time. Be confident, and all the best for your future exam.
Okay, that's great. So overall, all the juniors, all the medicos who are in 4th year, 5th year, please start studying from now onwards. Please get serious and finish as many subjects as you can do there itself in your college, at your college, because after that, when you get back here, you will be having limited time, and that time should be for your best revision here. Okay, so I wish you all the best, and I would say this was the great conversation with Dr. Cinthia. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I'm sure, like so many of your juniors, so many of your friends, they are going to get inspired by your story and our conversation. So thank you so much, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.